YouTube, this is Erica and welcome to Not Your Mama's Makeup. Today we're going to do a full get ready with me tutorial in which I will show you an easy, quick day look from top to bottom. So we're going to do our face, our eye makeup, and add a little bit of highlighter because last time we didn't talk about highlighters, but highlighters are the life of the makeup industry. I love them. They give you that little bit of a glow, which I think it's awesome to have. When I do a full face of makeup, I like starting by doing my eyes. I always do my eyes first. This is because I'm not that skilled, and whenever you apply eyeshadows, I typically always have some fallout on my face, so I don't want to ruin the base that I prepared, and that's why I start with my eyes first. I think that no matter the type of eyeshadows that you use, you could have the best eyeshadows and pigments in the world. You're probably going to have a little bit of fallout, which is very normal. You'll see that this is something that it's totally a personal preference because a lot of beauty influencers, beauty gurus, and even makeup artists like starting by doing their foundation and base first, but I'm not a beauty influencer, I'm not a makeup artist, so we're going to start doing our eyes first. And if you're a beginner, if you don't typically apply makeup, I would recommend doing the same thing for you, so then you don't have to worry about wiping off or ruining your base. So another thing that I would like to recommend for all my moms and ladies out there who might not have a lot of eyeshadows or might not be familiar with eyeshadows is investing in eyeshadow palettes, even small ones or ones that have just a couple of pigments in them with very natural, neutral, warm toned colors, because I would say that they're probably the most versatile, and definitely I would invest in palettes that have matte eyeshadows, so opaque pigments, and maybe have one or two shimmery pigments, shimmery colors in them, because I know that not a lot of people like having very sparkly and glittery colors on their eyelids. So a quick example, I'm just going to show you a couple of palettes that I own that would fall under this category, and if you would like, we could do a video in which I show you my eyeshadow palettes, in which I talk about a little bit pigments, eyeshadow palettes, price ranges, because eyeshadow palettes can tend to be quite expensive, so I would like to show you also inexpensive solutions or inexpensive palettes to purchase, especially if you're starting now with makeup. So I'm going to show you a couple ones. Two of the ones that I'm going to show you were actually gifts. So I would like to say thank you to my Aunt Sue for giving these to me. They were gifts from her, so thank you so much if you're watching this video. One is this little palette by Tarte. It's called Tartelette. They have a couple of these. They come with 6 eyeshadows in them. As you can see, you have 4 matte eyeshadows and 2 shimmery ones in the middle, and I love the layout of this palette because it's super easy, it's super user-friendly, because you could just seriously follow the order of the eyeshadows and place those in your eyelids, on your eyelids, and I'll show you how. Another one is the Urban Decay Naked. So this is, oops, there was a brush inside. This is a palette of just matte eyeshadows, and as you can see, these are very neutral colors. You have some warm beige, so you have taupe, you have this really pretty gray color. So yeah, this one is a great palette, but it's a little bit expensive because Urban Decay's palettes usually are $54. And lastly, I would like to show you instead this one, which is by Makeup Revolution. Makeup Revolution is actually a brand that does dupes, so does duplicates of more famous palettes for a fifth of the cost. This one you can find at Ulta Beauty. It's $7.99. I know in here there's a lot of crazy colors because you have a lot of mauves and berries colored, but you also have, if I can open it, a couple of beige and brown colors that are really pretty, and the pigments on this palette are unreal for the price. Unreal. Like, just let's do a quick swatch. So yeah, that's amazing. And one of the palettes that I've been using absolutely the most in the past couple of months, I bought this for my birthday. It was a gift from my mother-in-law. It's the Tarte Pro by Tarte again, and this palette is $54, but it has a lot of eyeshadows options. These eyeshadow right here, the one in the squares, are all matte, and then you have 4 shimmer colors on the side. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be using this one. I'm going to use it, so the Tarte Pro, and I'm going to show you a very, very easy look with just a couple of colors, and that's it. First step when applying eye makeup is preparing a great base like you would do on your face. So typically you could put an eyeshadow primer. You have specific eyeshadow primers that you can buy. Almost every brand now has eyeshadow primers, but a quicker and sometimes cheaper solution, especially once again for people who do not want to invest too much into makeup, is using your concealer. So having your concealer, the one that you would put you know, to cover your blemishes or blemishes or any redness on your face or your under eye area, use it on your eyelids as well. This is what I typically do every day. So I got a little bit of concealer and then I applied it on my eyelid. And now I'm going to blend this with the Beauty Blender. If you remember, we talked about Beauty Blenders in the last couple of videos. I have smaller ones by Real Techniques. This is the brand Real Techniques that you can find at Ulta and even at Walmart if I'm not mistaken. And you just spread the concealer all over the eyelid. I like applying it also underneath my brows because I feel that it just gives, you know, a better effect altogether. It's more seamless. And once we're done with this step, I'm going to set the concealer like I would do with my foundation on my face, and I'm going to set it with a light colored eyeshadow. In this case, this palette has this very neutral almost vanilla colored pigment right here, and that's what I'm going to, you know, use to set the concealer, if I can find a brush. And I'm just gonna tap on the eyeshadow. On the concealer. Now that we set our concealer, I'm going to go in with the first color for this tutorial. Once again, I'm going to be using the Tarte Pro palette, and I'm going to be using this taupe color right here, which is called Indie. So if you have this palette, you can easily find it. Yes, by the way, you can see all my brushes and other makeup stuff from the mirror. And I'm going to grab this color with a blending brush. By the way, once again, I would like to make another video talking about just makeup brushes and the ones that, in my opinion, you should have in your makeup kit if you're starting out. For sure, one of the brushes that you need to have is a blending brush, which is usually a brush that looks like this. This one is by BH Cosmetic. It's very inexpensive and it's tapered, so it's thinner at the bottom and it fluffs out. And this one, it's used to buff out the colors all over your crease or all over your eyelid, and then with circular motion you can go over them to blend them. So I already did this eye, and I'm going to pick up the pigment, shake off the excess, and For this tutorial, I'm going to use a pigment. These are called Super Shock Shadows. They're by this online brand called ColourPop, and I love them. It's a very unique formula, and I think they're great halfway between loose glitters and shimmery eyeshadows. They almost have this gel consistency, and I wanted to show you these because these you can apply with your fingers, so you don't need other brushes. It's really easy. And what I'm going to do is that I'm gonna pick up the pigment and press it in the center of my eyelid, and that's it. I think that this is a great way to start with makeup. It's a great daily look. It's incredibly easy to achieve. It doesn't take that much time, but it still gives you that little bit of color, that little bit of definition in the eye, which I really like. So here it is. And then you can always go back in with that brush and blend the two pigments together, so you have no harsh lines, although with these pigments it's almost impossible to have harsh lines. So yes, here it is. Let me dim the light actually a little bit so you can see it better. And I think that's a great way to start for a makeup look. For this tutorial, I'm not going to do any wing liner. I'm not gonna apply eyeliner because I know that eyeliner can be one of those makeup products that is very intimidating, especially if you don't really know how to apply it. So I just wanted to keep this extremely basic, extremely, I get up, I have 10 minutes, let me put a couple of colors on my eyelids, mascara, and I'm ready to go. But I would like to do a video on how to apply eyeliner, because I think that if you have the right tips to do it, and if you practice a couple of times, then you got it and you're ready to go. So I'm just gonna go straight to lashes. As you can see, I'm pretty lucky because my eyelashes are quite long, but there is a couple of tricks, before applying your mascara to help them, to help your lashes look longer. So you could use a spoolie. This is an eyebrow spoolie, and comb them before applying your mascara. So also, to give them a little bit more of the finishing and straighten them a little bit. And then you could definitely use a lash curler, but I'm going to show you that in a different video because I think that as eyeliners, lash curlers can be a little bit intimidating just looking at them. So today I'm just going to use mascara. For this video, I'm going to be using the Bad Gal Gang by Benefit. This is their latest mascara that launched. I've been loving it. I bought the travel size at Ulta because Benefit mascaras are quite expensive, so I wanted to make sure that I liked it before committing to the full size one, which is $24. But I would like to show you a couple of alternatives for mascaras that are cheaper. Let me search in here really quick. That are cheaper and you can find it Ulta. This is a European brand which is called Essence. Now Essence mascaras are all under $5 and they're fabulous. I would totally recommend them. I swear by them. I have these two, which is the Princess Collection. This one is, the spoolie of this one gives you straighter lashes. So whenever you're buying mascara, think about the effect that you want to obtain, because according to the shape of the spoolie, you might have different results. So typically spoolies like this help you straighten the lashes, and for volume, typically the spoolies are curved. So they're not as straight as the other one, they're more curved. So another trick that I personally use is combining multiple mascaras. I use mascaras that have the straighter spoolies first to lengthen the lashes and give it, and straighten them. And how I apply this is that I start from the really the base of the lashes. So I place it, I kind of open my eyes like this, and then with zigzag motions I make upward strokes. And I'm not perfect. Sometimes I don't do this in the most, perfect way. So if I feel that they look a little clumpy, I go in with my fingers and kind of take the clumps away. And then you can always go back in and separate the lashes again. And voila! I know that a lot of beauty influencers don't put foundations directly on their face, but they pump it first on their hand. I don't know why. I never done that. I think this is the same. And I used about a pump and a half. This is, by the way, it's one of the foundations that I mentioned in the foundation video. It's the Cover Proof foundation. And I'm going to go back in with the beauty blender, damp it again, and blend it all over my skin. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now we're going to do our under eye area. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I think I mentioned this in the foundation video. This is one of my all-time favorite concealers. I think it's amazing. The formula is amazing. It's so creamy. I don't find it drying. But I have to be honest, I've been using this Maybelline New York one, which I have no idea of what is it called other than that. I mean, this is the shade Fair Clear, and I think this is a very valid one. I'm going to do some more research for you guys and see if I can find other concealers that are being, that have really good reviews as of right now. I know there is a couple ones, but ultimately go with what makes you happy. If you like a product, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it because I like using it or because it works good for me. So last time I told you that I don't like doing the triangles, but this time I wanted to show you how to do this. I'm not gonna put it anywhere else. Typically that's the only spots that I put it on. And then I go in and blend it. So speaking of concealers, couple of the latest launches that have come out. I know that ColourPop, so the brand of the eyeshadow that I use at the center of my lids, they recently came out with a good line of concealers, and people are really liking it also because it has 30 shades, and that's what we like, guys. We like being inclusive, And then I know that Makeup Revolution, so speaking again of the brand that I talked to you at the beginning of the video for the palette, came out with their own line of concealers, and they're supposed to be incredibly good as well. A very good concealer is another one by Maybelline. It's the Age Rewind. It's the one that comes in that tube that has the sponge at the top. It almost looks like a little mushroom, and that one is very good. You glide it on, and then you can always buff it out with a sponge or a brush if you want to be more precise. So today the way I'm applying these is just by blending it up with the sponge, buffing it out. I like bringing it a little bit, towards my temple bone. My temple bone? Is that how you say it? I hope so. And then I like blending it on my nose as well. I'm going to set my face with powder off camera, and then we'll be back to finish up the look. We're going to do some light contouring, applying blush, highlighter. We're going to blush, highlighter, and then we're going to put on some lipstick, and then I just want to finish the under eye area, and then we'll be done. And we're back. I set my face. Now I'm going to show you something that we didn't do in the last video, in which I prepared just the base. we're going to do a very soft and light contouring. I don't even know if we can call this contouring because I'm just going to use a bronzer, but I'm sorry. We're going to I'm going to show you what I typically do. So I normally don't really go into heavy contouring unless I'm going to, you know, an event or out or at a special occasion. But I would say that for the type of things that I'm going to show you, you want a bronzer that it's not too warm toned. I'm going to use the Hula Light by Benefit. This is a little palette that they came out with last year. I'm not entirely sure if this is still on the market. I'll research for you and let you know in the info box down below. It was a very good deal for Benefit because it came with the two bronzers, which are their best sellers, that are called Hula and Hula Light, and then it had three of their most famous blushes, including Dandelion, which is super pretty, which is this one right here, and as you can see, I hit down on that one. It's such a pretty blush. But what I typically do for the winter time is that I grab the Hula Light bronzer, which goes best with my complexion at the moment. And what you want to do is that you're going to shape a number 3 starting from your temple, going down to your cheek, and then on your jawline. I like doing this. I go over a little bit again on this side, on the cheek, to give a little bit more of definition, as you can see. So after doing this, I go in with my highlighter. For highlighter today, we're going to do one that is not too crazy, it's not too intense. I recently purchased this and I've been loving it. This is by ColourPop again, which is the same brand that we use on the eye. This is a loose highlighter, so it's not a compact powder, it's loose. It comes with the loose pigment. It's a little bit messier to use, but I think it gives you such a pretty glow. And this highlighter is very inexpensive. I believe it's $6 or $7. Once again, I think it'll be fun to do a video just on highlighters, which are one of my favorite things to use. I love having sparkly cheeks. I really love using highlighters. It just makes me happy. And to apply this, I'm going to grab one of my highlighter brushes. This is by Morphe. It's the M509. And what I do is that I mix it here, I swirl, then I tap off, and then on the high points on my cheeks. Oh my goodness, this highlighter is so pretty. Yes, please. Oh, by the way, it's called Luster Dust. I forgot to mention it. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to do it a little bit on my other cheek. And then I love putting highlighter on the tip of my nose. On my chin. A little bit on my cupid bow. And why not a little bit here on the bridge of my nose. Now, you totally don't have to put it in all these spots, but that's the trend right now. And oh my goodness, I love it because I love being sparkly. So totally up to you, but definitely I would do the cheeks because look at that. It gives you that little bit of a glow. Look how cute it is. If you don't think it's intense enough, which sometimes I don't with this one, I go in with another one. And then I'm going to go in with my blush. And to do this, remember last time, we're going to smile a little bit and put it on the apples of our cheeks. And with everything, if you think that with the blush it's a little too intense, just grab a clean brush and sweep it out. You can go back in even with some setting powder if you want to. And what do you think about this look so far? Do you like it? So, final steps. I know this video came out to be incredibly wrong, but it's because I talked a lot and I talked to you about different products, different way to apply stuff. I swear that if we were to do this back to back, it would probably take you 10-15 minutes tops, which is a good amount of time for people in the morning. I don't think it's too much, you know? So typically what I like doing is that, sorry, that was my doggy. What I like to do is that the shade that I put in my crease, I like putting in my lower lash line. So we're going to go again with the Tarte Pro palette. By the way, I forgot to mention this. My mother-in-law bought me this, so thank you so much, Patty. I know that you're watching this video. I absolutely love it. We're going to go once again with the shade that is called Indie, which is that taupe that we use, and we're going to apply it right here. For this, I like using an angle brush. See, it's a flat angle brush, and just pretty much touching and applying the color on the lower lash line. Okay, I thought this was going to be a little more intense for me. For me, this is not intense enough. So I'm going to go in with this taupe mauve color, which is called Profesh. And we're all set. Now, if you want to be a little bit extra like me, you can put mascara on the lower lashes as well. You don't have to do this totally. It's up to you. I lost the mascara that I was looking for. I have so many things on this vanity right now, and this vanity is not nearly big enough to apply mascara on my lower lashes. I like doing it holding my applicator vertically because I think it gives me a little bit more of a definition, and then I like going in and just kind of spreading it out. I think I totally hit my face. I did, but you can always use a Q-tip to clean it. I have something on my face. But yeah, this is about it. If you want to make the eyes a little bit more intense, you could use a black eye pencil, perhaps, you know, inside the waterline a little bit, but you don't have to. I don't think I'm gonna do that today. And the last step, it's going to be lips. Let me come back with some lip colors for you, and we'll finish the look. So I'm gonna show you today the Maybelline one. It comes with the doe foot applicator. Now, with applying liquid lipstick, you want to be precise. You can overdraw your, you know, lip line if you want. You could use an actual lip liner. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm sorry. Please, whoever's out there, don't hate on me, but I'm just gonna do this. Ooh. Okay, I was joking. I thought this lipstick was not going to be as intense, but it's a really pretty pink color. I honestly don't really own that much of nude lip colors because to me, on me at least, I think they make me look washed out, and I don't really like that. But this is the complete look. Of course, the lip color, it's totally up to you. You could use a lip gloss. You could use, honestly, a sheer, you know, plain lip gloss. And the last step that I wanted to talk to you about, which at least to me, I think it works and is super important, it's setting your face when everything is dry, when everything is done at the end, with a setting spray. Now, they come in many different ways and prices. This one is by L'Oreal, and what you do is that you shake and then you hold it about, I want to say 8 inches from your face. You spray it, let it dry, and you're done. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and leave me a big thumbs up. I would love to continue this adventure. I love making videos, and please let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see next. I would really like for this project to start growing. I would love to interact with you, so please leave me comments down below, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Have a great day. Ciao.